Now let's see some important terms which are used while describing the relations. Now children of the same parents, they are called as siblings, which means all your brothers and sisters along with you, everyone is called as sibling. Now parental relatives, so let us paternal relatives, which means if you are talking about your father side relatives, then they are called as paternal relatives. If you are talking about your mother side relatives, then they are called as maternal relatives. And if you are talking about your wife, or let's say your husband, then you can also use the word spouse. Instead of using the word my wife, you can also say my spouse. Okay, so these are the standard terms which are being used. Now let us say we are given a question. While solving the question, what we do is, depending on the age of the person we are talking, we are going to classify them as various levels. Okay, so sometimes they are also called as generations, which means while solving the questions, I'll show you clearly, we are going to use some pictorial representation, and then we are going to use various levels. Okay, so that is what we are going to talk here. So generation 1 means they are at the highest level, or the oldest people, right? Now if you see this, all the grandfathers or grandmothers, we are going to put them at the highest level, and they are called as generation 1. Paternal grandfather means your father's father, and paternal grandmother means your father's mother, and maternal grandfather means your mother's father, and maternal grandmother means your mother's mother, right? Or generally they will not mention all this. Sometimes they will mention it, sometimes they might not. Then they simply use grandfather and grandmother, these words. Now they are the oldest people in your family. After them, who are the oldest people? Father, mother, uncle, all there, right? So father, mother and their siblings, isn't it? Now who is paternal uncle is your father's brother, and who is maternal uncle? Your mother's brother. Similarly, who is paternal aunt? Your father's sister. And who is maternal aunt? Your mother's sister, right? So all these people will come in the next level. So these are the next oldest people. Now the next generation is you, right? So you means self, brother, sister. Now everyone combined, they'll be called as siblings. Or you might have your aunt's children, or uncle's children, you are going to call them as cousins. And then you are going to have sister-in-law, brother-in-law, right? So sister-in-law, brother-in-law are the people whom someone in your siblings have married. Okay, and the next generation is your children. Are you getting this? Grandfather, and then father, and then you, and then your children. Now your children, maybe you have a son or a daughter, right? Or your siblings might have children, isn't it? Then in that case you are going to have nephew and niece. Or your son or daughter might have got married. In that case, daughter-in-law and son-in-law you are going to get. So all of these people are going to be at the next level, right? And what about the next one? Grandchild. Grandchild means whoever your daughter or son is having a child, then you are going to call them as grandchildren. Got it? So while discussing about the questions, you will understand why this classification is important. We are going to use various levels, and at every level, based on where they fall in, we are going to put them at various levels. We will see it, okay, shortly. Fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.